What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Asia Mariah, for those that are new here and those that are returning. What's that? So today I actually want to give like a long overdue story time of how having faith really basically saved my life. Having faith in God saved my life. So I'm gonna just get right into it. So in the year 2020, the year of the crazy, I was about to take a shower. And I love sports bras. So I had my sports bra on and I went to take my sports bra off. And I felt this large knot like move inside my left breast. Yes, my left breast. Inside my left breast. And it moved so hard and fast that it basically was like protruding out of my boob, basically. Like, so if this is my breast, this is like what the knot was doing. So it was like literally poking out. And the people that know, like, if you know your body, you know your body. I know my body from head to toe. And when I felt that, I instantly knew it was breast cancer. Like, I instantly knew. So I went to go, meanwhile, I'm feeling it. The shower water's running. I'm just like, yo, this can't be life. Like, what the heck just happened? Backtrack. I found this out August 2020. My grandma recently passed from breast cancer in January 2020. So that was like a double whammy. So I'm feeling a lump and I'm like, I gotta show my mom. I gotta have my mom feel this. And you know, no parent wants to hear that their child has cancer. Like, that's such a grievous moment. And especially for my mom, because her mom, my grandma that died in January 2020, that was her mom that just died from breast cancer. So then they hear months later in August that your daughter has breast cancer too. Like, nah. So I went to my mom. I'm like, mama, mama. I was like, feel this right now, feel it. And she's feeling it. And as a mom, you try to like say something to either convince your child, but more so yourself, that it's not what you want it to be. She was like, oh, it's just a cyst. Like, that's just a cyst. It'll either like drain on its own. But she was really adamant on letting me know it's a cyst. And I'm like, sis, it's not a cyst. Like, I know my body and I knew exactly what it was. And let me just fast forward to when I went to the doctors, when I called the doctor. So I found this out on like a Thursday or Friday. I called the doctor literally the next day. I had to find out on a Thursday because I called the doctor on a Friday. I was able to get an appointment that same Monday. So I go to the doctors and I'm in a room. Like, they put me like an OBG where they could just like feel around. So I go to the room. I met with a lady doctor. She's like, you're so young. Like, it's not breast cancer. Because I know my body. I know my body, you know. And she was just like, what we're going to do is we're going to get a needle. I hate that word, y'all. I hate that word so much. She's like, we're going to get a needle. And we're just going to try to drain it for you. And I was just like, all right, bet, cool. Now, me being me, like, I know my body, I know what I had, but there was a part of me, ooh, my hair looking crazy, but there was a part of me that was hoping that it was a cyst. Even though I know my body, I knew it wasn't. So the first doctor comes in, she gets like a needle like this length in the needle, and the body was a little, whatever. So she goes in from this side, pokes it, pulls the needle, try to drain it, nothing comes out. So she's like, it's cool. I got this. We're gonna try from another angle. And I'm like, all right, girl, let's try. And she goes under, tries to drain it. Nothing happening. At this point, I'm like, and at this point, she looking at me like, and I'm like, girl. She's like, well, we're gonna try from another angle. So she tries from this side, because mind you, it was like a large lump. Like, it happened over, I don't know how it happened, but she tries to drain it, nothing comes out. So she's like, you know what? I'm gonna get another doctor because I'm probably doing it wrong. And I was just like, yeah, go ahead, because you probably are doing it wrong. And she got another doctor. And he came in with a longer needle. And he's trying from different angles too. She poked me 3 times, he poked me 3 times. They're draining it, nothing's coming out. At this point, they're looking at each other like, we think you should get a biopsy. And that's when I knew like that was the journey of a breast cancer journey. So the following day, I went and I got the biopsy. Pause for this second, y'all. If you never had a biopsy, That junk hurts. It hurts. For starters, they don't even let you look. So I'm laying on my back. It's like an ultrasound screen, and they had me turn this way to look at the screen, so they didn't want me to see what's happening. They had to numb me in like 3 different sections, and that hurt so bad. Like, that was like the worst pain ever. And the biopsy needle was like this long, and it has like this little clamp at the end that it kind of like, if this is the lump and this is the needle, when they clamp it to grab a sample of the lump to see exactly what it is. And y'all, oh my God, that was so painful. Like, that was so painful. And when they did that and pulled it out, I felt all this warm liquid just going down my side. And when I felt it, I was trying to look, and they're like, no, keep your head this way, keep your head this way, just look at the screen. And I'm like, my breasts are crying right now, and I'm about to cry. Like, this hurts. Biopsy hurt. And by the way, I had to get like 4 of them. It was like, oh, I hate this pain. But they got the sample, and they were like, okay, so we're gonna check out your results, and we'll call you and let you come in, and we could talk, da-da-da-da. I said, all right, cool. Fast forward, they called me 24, 48 hours. So they called me in 2 days. They're like, hi, Asia, we'd like for you to come in so we can talk to you about your results. As soon as I heard that, I instantly knew. I was just like, they're about to confirm to me what I already know in my spirit, that I have breast cancer. But mind you, before that, let me tell you how good God is. Thank you, God, for this, because not only did he tell me that I had breast cancer, but he told me myself what stage I was. I heard in my spirit that I have breast cancer and that I'm stage 2. Keep that in mind. So the doctor calls me in, and I go into a room. You know how doctors, they sit you in a room by yourself until the next doctor comes in? She sits me in a room, and no, it's not obvious that I have breast cancer, because they sit me in a room where there's a pamphlet that you flip, and it's like facing towards where a patient would sit, and it says, how to cure breast cancer. So I'm like, really, guys? Really? Y'all not even slick with it? Like, whatever. I already knew. So I was just ready to get this over with. And she comes in with my envelope, like my folder, and she introduces herself. I forgot her name. I know this happened like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I should remember, but I forgot her name. And she was just like, so I wanted to talk to you about your results. Before I could even let her finish and open the folder, I was like, could I tell you something? She was like, yeah, sure. So she's looking really concerned, like, yeah, sure, what's up? You know, like, it's doctor. I was like, I know I have breast cancer, and I know I'm stage 2. And her look on her face was like, so she asked me this. She said, did you go to somebody else, like, before us? I said, no, God told me. Like, I know my body, God told me. I heard it in my spirit that I'm stage 2. And she looked at me like, yeah, that's actually correct. And I was like, yeah, I know. And at this point, I was in grind mode. As soon as she said that, I put my David on. This breast cancer was Goliath to me. The breast cancer was Goliath in my eyes, and I'm David. And I was just like, instead of being scared, I'm like, you know what? All right, God. What's my reward for beating this giant? Because I'm gonna beat it. I was determined to beat it. And I told her that. I was just like, now that I know, I was like, what we about to do, girl? Like, what we about to do, sis? Because I'm ready to live my life and get this stage over with. So she's like, okay, yeah, so this is the game plan. Like, you're gonna have this many weeks of chemo, da-da-da-da-da-da. Basically, it was a 2-year process. I'm thinking cancer was like, you get it and then you're good. I was on chemo for 2 years. And I thought the biopsy pain was bad. Literally, cancer was like almost the death of me. Almost the death of me. I'm not even gonna lie, I had my weak moments. For me, like, I would cry to God, like, why me? Like, why me? I was like the healthiest person in my house. I was going to the gym. I was trying to eat right. I was like really on my health right. And I was just like, why me, God, you know? But then he showed me why me. Feel me? So I go in, before I get chemo, I had something called a port. I don't know if you can still see my mark somewhere. It's right here. So a port is like this, it's like this little, I don't know how to describe it, but it has 3 dots, and it basically is placed inside your skin so they can just puncture the needle in and they'll just administer the chemo. But what's attached to that is a wire. But what the wire does is it like kind of goes in, and it goes into like, I don't know if it's like a valve or something in your heart. And I just want to disclaim, that's one of the reasons why many people die from chemo, is because chemo messes with your heart and you have to get EKGs. So if you're a cancer survivor, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm ready to put you on game. I get that procedure done. It takes about, back to what I was saying though. Like, you have to get EKGs. Cancer really, like the chemo really messes with your heart. Some people either have heart attacks or their heart just stops. But I just, throughout the whole duration, I just kept praying to God. I kept praying to God. I was just, that whole situation just, if I thought I had a lot of faith before that situation just made my faith grow a million times more. Like a million times more. And it was just so surreal because I was 28 at the time. I'm 31 right now. So I was 28 at the time. And I'm young. I'm living my life, going out with my friends, having fun. And that just really like paused all types of like fun for me for about 2.5 years. That's my cat. So when I first got the chemo, I'll enter like the clip right here. I was kind of scared because they called chemo the red devil. And I feel like, why would you tell me that? Like, why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me that? That's not gonna make me feel better. But hearing that, like, put a battery in my back. Like, all right, bet. I got God on my side. So it's like, the devil never wins anyway. So I'm kind of glad that y'all gave it that name, because watch this. Y'all, that first dose of chemo, I literally was like paralyzed for 4 days. I was at my aunt's house for 4 days. It was bad. I couldn't get up. I couldn't pee on my own. I was wearing a diaper, like it depends. That's how bad it was. And I couldn't eat for 4 days. So, I was like looking crazy. And I used to smoke marijuana. So I rolled up a spliff and I was able to actually keep food down. When you have chemo, you throw up so much. Even if it's nothing to throw up, you just throw up so much. You know that feeling of when you're drunk and you just throwing up nothing, like bile? Imagine that for like 2 years straight. Like that feeling like you just want to die. Like, man, I wanted to die, but I knew I had a bigger purpose than this cancer trying to eat me. No pain can ever amount to that. Like, I would just randomly have nosebleeds. It was so bad. I was just waking up every morning throwing up. A few hours later throwing up. A little hours after that throwing up. And to my son, thank you to my son. He was like my soldier. He was 8 at the time. He's 11 right now, but he was 8 at the time. And again, that happened through the year of the crazy, where kids were being homeschooled. So I was actually grateful for that. Like, I was able to watch him be at school at home while still having my issues. But little did I know it was going to be the other way around, that he was going to be taking care of me while also being on a computer at school. Which, he was so strong. He was so strong. He used to like get buckets for me when I was throwing up while still trying to be on the computer screen and keep a straight face. But his teacher knew what's up. So if he ever like needed to cry, he did cry a lot. I did cry a lot. It was like a really emotional... It was an emotional moment. But no matter what, every night, throughout the day, I would pray. I would pray. I would literally tell God, I have faith in you. I have faith in you. I know you're going to help me beat this. Like, I know you're going to help me survive, because I know I have a story outside of this. I don't know what my purpose is, but I know when I beat it, I know it has to be something good. And if I don't beat it, then that means you just wanted me to come home early. So either way, it felt like a win-win. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but that's how I had to look at it in order to like keep pushing and keep fighting. I was supposed to get 4 rounds of the red devil chemo, but I only took 2 because, again, I know my body. I heard in my spirit, stop with this chemo. Like, you have another chemo that's gonna be lighter, your hair's not gonna be falling out as much, you're not gonna be throwing out as much. Stop this chemo. And the reason why I heard that in my spirit was because I knew I was gonna die if I took 2 more rounds. I don't know what it was. I just knew in my body, I was like, I'm not gonna beat this if I continue with this red devil chemo. So I told them, I was just like, I'm done with this. Man, my doctors blew a fit because they're losing bread off that. You feel me? Like, they're like, girl, you're committing suicide. You need this. You need this. And I told them, I was like, no, I have faith in God. Like, no matter how much they try to convince me that I needed the last 2 rounds, I was just like, I believe in God. Like, I believe in God way too much. I have too much faith in him. Like, I already spoke to God in the spirit about this. I was just like, I heard you. Stop with this chemo. Do the other one that's lighter. I forgot the names of them. I forgot the names of everything. Like, this was such a situation that I tried to block from my life because I thought it would break me. But little did I know it would, like, actually get me far and get me to where I am, you know? And I'm alive and able to share my story with you guys. So I stopped that chemo. They were so mad at me. But I went on the other chemo. That chemo lasted for like 1.5 years. That one was so light. It wasn't red. It was clear. It looked like I was getting an IV. And, you know, it still made me nauseous a bit. It didn't make my nose bleed. I was able to eat still. I was able to, like, live life and just, you feel me? I was able to do stuff. And that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to do stuff. I didn't want to be laid up in a bed, like, all freaking day. Like, it was just annoying. But once I got on the other chemo, that's when I got my double mastectomy. So if you haven't noticed, I don't have any chest. That double mastectomy was crazy. After you get the double mastectomy, it's like, well, when I first went in, you know, I never had a real major operation where I had to get put under. So when I went in, it was like all these bright lights above me. They had me count from 10 to 1. I lasted at I remember, like, counting to number 7. And then I remember to me, it happened so fast. I woke up in the recovery room. I don't know why when you have anesthesia, you just wake up crying. So I just woke up like, so I had to really build my confidence back up, you know? Like, I was bald. I'll insert, like, me shaving my head somewhere or a picture of me bald somewhere. And I had no chest. So not only was my womanhood, I know my private area is my womanhood, but this is more so like my womanhood as well. And to have this taken away from me was like, dang, you know, like, that's kind of. And then I was bald, so it was hard to look in the mirror and, like, call myself beautiful sometimes, even when I smiled, because I feel like I have a beautiful smile. And even doing that made me feel like, ew. Like, there were times I couldn't even look in the mirror. Like, I wouldn't even look in the mirror. Not even when I brushed my teeth. Like, I would brush my teeth like this. Spit, my eyes closed. Like, I couldn't even look in the mirror for a very, very, very long time. But I just kept thanking God. I was like, thank you for helping me beat this Goliath. Like, I was like, yeah. You see, like, having faith really, overall, the story is just to help somebody out there that you may not be going through cancer, you may be going through, like, life problems, but I want you to know, like, there's nothing that God won't do if you have faith in him. Like, please, please, please put your faith in him. I know it seems hard. There's some people like, I can't see him, so how could I have faith in something I can't see? Or I don't see him, so it's like, my life is so hard and he's not answering my prayers. He's answering. But are you having faith that he's going to answer? Like, are you having that full-blown faith? Like, build your own relationship with him. I can't tell you how to have a relationship with him. I just ask you to surrender yourself. Get on your knees and pray to him. Cry if you have to. He knows what you're feeling, so it's okay to be vulnerable with him. He created you. He knows what you need. He knows what you don't like. That man knows every strand of hair, the amount of strand of hairs on your head. You know, he's not going to just take you there and then not bring you through it. And the devil tried to take me out. I can't even lie. The devil tried to take me out. And God was like, not this one. Not this one. She got a purpose, baby. And you have a purpose too. Like, I know the storm. Like, I made a video yesterday. I know the storm is like, what? Like, why is this happening to me right now? Like, I know you don't understand the storm. But the sun is going to come out again. Please believe that. I could have easily been like, God don't love me. He letting me go through this. And I'm so thankful because I was reading the book of Job throughout my whole cancer duration. How he just kept having problem after problem, problem after problem, problem after problem. And he did not curse God for nothing. He had so much faith. God let Satan do some things to him, but he said, I don't care what you do to him. You're not going to kill him. Just don't kill him. And that really became my favorite book when I was sick, you know, because I was like, dang, I'm having problem after problem, problem after problem, problem after problem, but I'm not cursing God. You know, like, I'm not cursing him. There were times where I did curse him outside of like having cancer, just like with little petty life stuff. And yeah, I'm so sorry, Dad. I'm apologizing to you in front of everybody. I'm sorry for ever cursing you when I did. Don't curse him, y'all. Don't curse. I know, like, life can just really, I know it feels like nobody's in your corner sometimes. And, like, it's just one thing after another, one thing after another. But keep your faith up. And I know it's easier said than done. But if you really just take a deep breath and just, I got this. I'm going to put my armor of God on. Like, ain't nothing going to stop me. Nothing really does stop you, you know? Like, I don't have all the answers to why he lets certain stuff happen, but I can tell you to have faith. That helps so much, and that helped me so much, and faith really saved my life. Like, it really saved my life. If I was, like, cursing God and just not in tune with him, I wouldn't be here. I know I wouldn't be here. So, just for him saving my life, I owe him my life, you know? So, I hope this helped somebody be like, damn, you know, if she can beat that big issue, if she can like beat that big life issue, I know I can beat my problem, because you can. God is in your corner while you squaring up. He's in the back with his water bottle, just, and he's gonna push you back in the ring. He's gonna watch you fight, and he's gonna fight with you. He's not gonna let you fight alone. You know, he's gonna be there to cheer you on, help you along the way. Just take it day by day. We can't talk about the future. We can only talk about what we can control today. And today, I hope everybody controls their responses to life. I hope you find happiness in even the darkest hour. If you have one today, I pray you don't. But, you know, life is going to happen. And just keep praying. Be thankful. Be thankful. And pray and be thankful during your trials and tribulations, because your rewards are greater than you ever imagined. He's going to bless you with stuff you never even asked for. So, I feel like I did enough talking. I don't know if you hear my apartment complex is starting to mow the lawn, so it's getting kind of loud. But again, I hope this video helped someone somewhere, some way, believe that God is always on your side, even when you don't feel it. You know, he will answer you in ways you don't even expect. You just got to be open to it. He's not going to answer you the way you want him to answer you. He's going to answer you the way he wants to, and you just have to be open to receiving that. So again, my name is Asia Mariah. Ooh, Asia Mariah. And if you liked my story, please like, subscribe, share it with somebody if you feel like they have cancer too and they need that upliftment. I'm here for you. I want to like be that person that you can come to on YouTube and just tell me what's going on, and I help you. You know, we're one body. And I'm here to help as many people as I can. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. And remember, keep the faith.